He accidentally dropped his backpack into the river.
Oh no!
At 60 years old, he panicked completely. Without thinking, he jumped straight into the water. The current carried the bag downstream. Inside it was something he'd risk everything to save. He swam hard toward the backpack, clutched it tightly to his chest, and drifted with the river until he grabbed onto a branch and pulled himself to shore. At his age, he couldn't handle this kind of chaos anymore. But what made him walk 800 kilometers on foot? And what was in that backpack he held so dear? It all started with a phone call from France.
I'm sorry to inform you that your son has been killed, sir.
What?
On the train to France, Tom thought he saw the spirited image of his son. His son had quit his PhD to travel the world. He thought his dad should join him, but Tom told him, not everyone can just drop everything. His son replied that Tom wasn't really living, he was just alive. Most parents don't understand their kids, and Tom was no exception. He didn't get what his son meant. When he got off the train, a captain from the gendarmerie picked him up. Tom took a deep breath and entered the morgue. It was hard to take in, until he saw his son lying there. His heart sank. The captain said they could cremate him, so Tom could bring him home more easily. But Tom didn't answer. That night he went through his son's belongings, looking at the pictures he left behind. Tom finally broke down in tears. He knocked on the captain's door and asked to proceed with the cremation. Just like that, Daniel became a small box. Tom took over his son's gear, determined to finish the journey he never could, and maybe understand the son he never knew. At the starting point, Tom officially began the Camino pilgrimage. The scenery along the way was stunning, but when he passed a certain sign, Tom stopped. There was a cross by the roadside, and for a second, he saw his son's figure. This was where Daniel's journey ended. Tom pulled out the ashes and scattered them there. He would now walk the entire road, with his son by his side. As night fell, he wandered into a small Spanish village and found a hostel. It was a massive room with dozens of bunk beds, used to comfort and cleanliness. Tom was a little out of place.
Pardon me, sir. Do you have any crêpes poupon?
John offered Tom some food, and Tom got his second stamp. He asked the staff if they had done the Camino.
When I was young, I was too busy, and now that I'm older, I'm too tired.
There were still over 700 kilometers to Santiago. John decided to join Tom on the journey. Tom picked up the pace, while John kept stopping to enjoy the local food.
Come on, Tom. You haven't lived until you had goat cheese from these mountains.
Tom wanted to move faster, secretly scattering his son's ashes at different markers. John noticed and gently asked Tom what he was doing. When he learned it was his son's ashes, he immediately understood Tom's mission and was filled with deep respect.